Johnny?
Tim.
Here we are back on beautiful Maui, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited about what you're holding here. You said, Tim, it's time for me to get a new board. I'm ready for something new. And Army said, Tim, I got something for you boys. Try this one out. Now this board came out, it's not fresh off the presses. I think it came out a couple months ago. This is the Surf Foil board. This one's a 36 liter. We've been on this guy for the past several years. And you can see, not several years, what, 2 years? But yeah, you can see Johnny has put this through the pace. When I'm over here, I ride it too. You put a little grip tape here, helps us in, and if you have bigger wind when you have to duck dive it so you don't lose it as you're going through. You can see a little tape down here from the playing around with the foil drive. A little extra padding up there for when that foot comes up to pump. I mean, we've used this thing. John, let's go, and we have a track down there for the power line. That was for the foil drive. Let's open this, and we're gonna compare these two boards. We're gonna unbox this, then we're gonna go down to Mother Rail, and we're gonna ride the heck out of this. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna tell you what we thought.
I love it.
How's that sound?
We need to put them through the paces.
Put them through the paces. All right, let's get into this thing. It takes a steady hand, a surgeon's eye. I gotta tell you, I think many of you know, we sell these boards. We ship them all over the place. When we ship, we've had such good luck in terms of with the packing of everything making it. You know, and Armstrong's done a pretty nice job of adjusting their packing to be more environmentally friendly. You ready, Johnny?
I'm ready.
This takes a little give and a little take. Oh, it's a honeycomb.
I want the people of the world to see this beautiful,
people of the world,
environmentally friendly honeycomb.
Look at that. Yeah, it's fun to touch and looks cool.
You can make a bikini out of this for your wife, you know?
Johnny, I'd like to, you know, bonus footage. Johnny will make a mankini. A mankini out of this. That will be something.
I feel like a kid at Christmas, Tim.
I know. This is very exciting. Be very careful. Here, I'll go over here. You want to preserve this because he's going to make a mankini out of it. This is going to be the biggest hit on, is it little McKenna or big McKenna? Look at that.
Look at this board, Tim. I can already tell. This is going to be a great board.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just traveled over here from Seattle. I brought my wing foil board. I wing on a 75 liter board back in Seattle because the wind's up and down. I could go smaller, but it just kind of fits. These bags are super resistant to like dirt and everything. And so I was pretty happy about it. When I travel, like if I was traveling here, this board bag you have right here, you can go ahead and put it, you know, put it on the plane, no problem. I'll usually go ahead and throw like a wetsuit or something that, you know, around it.
Yeah.
And maybe even some of that honeycomb. All right, let's get inside this.
What do we have in store for us?
Woo!
And once again, very thoughtful packing job.
Yeah, look at that. You know, so when you're packing these boards, it's all about protecting the nose, tail, and the ridges. And I actually found with these board bags, Army and crew left a little extra space so that you can pack some padding around it. Oh, baby.
This is already looking really good.
This is looking pretty nice. It is exciting when you get something new to practice on. Truly, this is a prone board. It was built specifically for proning. You know, I think for us, for tow, we might go with a version of this that's smaller, 20 liters, you know, versus this, which is 36 liters. 36 liters is, I think, 4.7 feet. If you compare these two, you can see it's a little bit more narrow. So what you're seeing there too, Johnny?
Yeah, it's thinned out.
2 more liters than this one. And look at that. This one had this rocker. This had the dual concave with the belief as you're paddling in, the water kind of comes down here and separates. This one still does have a bit of a dual concave. It actually looks a little bit flatter, so less chime. You know, this one, this much, you know, you're looking at 4.5 inches of chime. This has more of a rounded rail. You know, Armstrong, they kind of wanted to flex a little bit and show you their carbon. It's one of the things, their boards are super stiff. Their mast track is stiff. And you can see like the box down here, carbon stringer from the back of the board all the way up to the midpoint. This spin box just ensures that there's not gonna be any slop that goes back and forth. And it's one of those things that gives it a stiffness. So when you go to pump, if your board flexes, you lose pumping power. In this one, it's just there. And I gotta tell you, I think that's pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Look at like the exposed carbon up here. Yeah.
Well, and Tim, look at the full grip tape. You don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
So here, I had to do a little, you know, little improvising. But here, look at this.
Yeah, that's sweet. Do you think, will you put this type of grip stuff on the rails, or you think it's all right?
No, Sky added that stuff.
He added, that's
Yeah.
Skyrama,
It's Skyrama.
straight from Bali when he was up here. So he added that. You'll probably leave it like that.
I think I'll leave it like this.
Nice kick
Nice
pad,
and clean.
so you don't have to worry about it. Has a little bit of raised track here, just so instinctively you know where your foot's gonna land. Sweet.
This is gonna paddle good.
And you're thinking, when we start, what's gonna be your first position here on the board, do you think?
Maybe on 6, 5 or 6.
Maybe on 6, and if it's coming up too quickly on the first couple rides, you move it back a little bit. If it's kind of sticking to the water a little bit doggy, you know, do that. We're gonna be riding on the 880. This has been kind of the go-to 880, 60 fuse, Dart 140. This works awesome behind the boat. It's fantastic for prone as well. And you know what? Kicks ass at winging too.
Yeah, 880 is a good
this is
all-around daily
Yeah.
driver.
Now, the other thing, what we're gonna do, hold on one second. We really like these adjustable thumb screws. You know, these are made over on Oahu. I will tell you, with the performance mast, they don't stick quite as well. And I told Scott this, the guy who designs these. So when you're prone, that's not a big deal, because periodically you'll just reach over and tighten it. It makes it so easy to adjust on the fly. For winging, it's a bit of a problem. I've probably lost 4 of these now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't lose the T thing because it sticks in the board, but these just kind of spin out and I come back with 3. And when I told Scott about it, he's like, well, Tim, you just gotta stop and tighten them. I'm like, dude, once I'm up winging, I'm up winging. I'm not stopping for anything. But we'll put these on there. We're gonna put on the 880. We're gonna head down to Mother Rail, the guardrail. Let's do it, Johnny.
Let's get some waves.
You.
John,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm inspecting the undercarriage.
How's she look down there?
Looks great. I gotta tell you, this board knocks it out of the park. I was just looking underneath here, checking the screws, the mast position. I'm trying to figure out how it works so well, but I don't think Army will reveal the secrets.
Are you gonna do the full review from down there?
No, I'll stand up.
Johnny, I think after riding this board for a couple days, one thing is clear. If you have Armstrong foils, get an Armstrong board.
100%.
It just makes the magic happen.
We've learned that lesson the hard way on this trip, trying to pair Armstrong foils
My gosh, we're out there
with non-Armstrong
Yeah,
boards.
we're out there riding a board, fools that we are, tools that we are. We're riding the killer setup, which is a 680, 60 fuse, Dart 140 tail with performance mast. And we're like, what is going on? It doesn't seem to be reacting. Well, it only took us 4 days to figure out we were using the wrong board.
Tim, I want to say though, a lot of times it's operator error.
Yeah, it is.
Usually you or I were doing something stupid.
Yeah, blame the equipment, not the operator.
But this time it was the equipment.
It was. Like, how often does that work out? It really was the equipment. Oh my God. When we put an Armstrong board back onto the kit, it was awesome. It was so much better. Now I gotta tell you, this board, it looks really cool out on the water. Not just when you're paddling, but when you're riding it. And I'm gonna tell you what, hear me now, Johnny. For our tow board, I think we might go with the lowest leader one of these.
I think you're right.
It'll either be that or the WKT, but it rode really well. How'd you ride it? How was paddling in?
I loved it. This board is awesome. This one's the Surf 36, which is 4.7. How many liters? Let's see.
36.
Yeah.
They named it. All of them are
36.
just like based on liters.
You know, Tim, when we're back in Seattle, when it gets rainy, we eat a lot of pizza. We might drink a few beers.
Yeah.
We're not paddling as much as we are out here.
We should.
So our bellies kind of...
They get bigger.
I was thinking I needed more liters, but I'll tell you.
Well, and because if we're in the cold water, we have a wetsuit on too.
Yeah, that's
so you
a good
might
point.
need a few extra liters.
But I will say, this board, it's just designed very well. Thinner than the old Armstrong boards. I want to say less rocker, but it paddles big. I think I could have paddled the next one down and been just fine.
And did you have any challenges with the pop with it being narrower?
No. It comes up off the water great, lifts off, it doesn't get stuck. It just works extremely well.
You know, we haven't prone foiled every board that's out there. We've prone foiled quite a few.
Yeah.
And this one, I think Armstrong Army has really come out with kind of that next level, which is pretty cool. And so, you know, as we said before, it has all the carbon, so it's nice and stiff. One of the differences that we found, there were two main differences in this board that we were toe foiling on. One was they had their mast track screwed up. So the board had a rocker and the mast track angle was off, so it messed with our foils, and you know that meant pumping was less effective. It meant like the speed, sometimes we'd do a bottom turn and you'd go to attack it and the rail would grab and the board would hit, and it's like, oh my god, we put the Armstrong board on the Armstrong gear and it just works.
Well, they've done a nice job, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff's integrated extremely well, so the angle of the Armstrong foils on the Armstrong boards is just completely dialed in.
Yeah.
So,
you know, I bet that holds true for Axis.
Right.
Like if you want to ride an Axis board or Axis foils, you know, probably marry those together. You know, I can just tell you with the Armstrong gear, which is what we test it with, it worked great.
yeah. I will say one thing, I love the concave and the full length deck pad. Big upgrade. You know, the old one kind of had the kick pad, you put the stickers.
Yeah. So
But
when you
this
moved
is-
your foot forward to pump, you had to actually put some extra padding up there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm what are those beds? Like those space
Posturepedic?
beds? Yeah, I feel like I'm paddling on a Posturepedic. It's so nice. When I pop up, you know, it's just, I don't know if I'm sleeping, relaxing. The next thing you know, I'm
It
riding
just feels
away.
good. Next
Feels
thing you know,
great.
you're on a wave.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. Hey, Johnny, do you think our friend Sharky has anything to say?
I think he might.
All right, Sharky, come on.
Welcome, Sharky,
Welcome, Sharky.
to the mix. Sharky, you stand
Sharky,
over here.
come on in here.
Okay.
I'm a Frankenfoiler.
Half-Life crew, we want to introduce you to Sharky. You might have seen him around, but we've hired Sharky as our style coach. Sharky said multiple times after watching some of our videos, he's like, Johnny, you look like a donkey when you foil. Like, what's up with the wiggle? I'm like, Sharky, I'm on like a little tiny wave.
Or is it the rodeo arm?
The Elvis hand when I pump, you know? I got issues, but hey, Sharky's taking care of it.
Yeah.
He's been foiling with us the last several days.
25 years as surf coach, great surfer, phenomenal surfer, way better surfer than I ever was, could be ever. And so having Sharky kind of watch us and help us with our style has helped a lot.
You guys look a lot better too.
Yeah.
More flow, no more wiggles, no more limp wristing, no more.
Sharky doesn't like the limp wrist. He's like, you know, he's like, it's nice to be relaxed, but you know, add a little style. Look like you're gonna be doing something, attacking the wave. You don't need to be
that wave.
And I got to tell you, the last time I got coaching was with Jason from Foil Fever. We were towing together and he could ride the jet ski right by me. And it's like, Tim, you're dropping too far low on those waves. Stay high line and crouch for the G-forces when you come around. It's really helpful. We're not done with our style improvements. We got a long way to go. It's helpful to have Sharky watching us and kind of helping us out. So when you get a chance, have somebody watch you. Thank you so much for checking out this video.
Tim, one more thing to add.
Yeah.
Sharky's here more than we are.
In Maui.
We come out quite a bit, but Sharky's here full time. You want to surf, you want to go out in the water, you want to get better in the ocean.
He's a guy.
Find Sharky.
Find Sharky.
Sharky Maui on Insta.
Yeah, and you can reach out to us. We'll connect you. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to our channel. I hope you like this board. Let us know how it goes. If you need any conversation or help talking about leaders versus which one might be best for you, just reach out and let us know. We just hope you get out there and catch a lot of waves and have a good time. Thanks so much.